Today we're going to work on Lilikoi production. Starts with washing the Lilikoi. I think a nice suitable tub, like a Tupperware tub, works very well. Okay, so now we got them filled up and soaked like you would any crop. You just want to make sure and keep them nice and get them clean. And you'll have to sort through them, make sure any rotten ones are thrown out. If there's any bubbles, they come up if you squeeze one of them. Like this one, for instance. You want to throw that out. Alright, so you got that. So I just picked this new basket of lily that I'll add to the other ones, but if you're not got a lot of production going, you can put them in a plastic bag and keep them in your fridge and build up your supply till it warrants the operation. So next step you want to make is to put a little bit of soap and water as a final rinse to your lily, and then throw a bunch in at a time. So lilies in their final soak. It's recommended you use a cutting board inside of a cookie sheet that has sides on it to catch the juice. Anything you catch on this cutting board, of course, you'll dump and rinse a number of times during your process. The main unit in grinding the lily pulp with all the juice is a food mill, and this is a large size one. You can use smaller. If you don't have a food mill, then you can just use a large strainer and a spoon, but this really speeds up the whole process. If you're going to use just a strainer and a spoon, or even in our process, you don't want one with too fine of a screen because it just holds too much Lilikoi gel and will take forever for the juice to drop. So final review of the equipment. You've got the food mill with a stainless steel bowl below it to capture the juice. Additional straining, then it's going to go into a jar and refrigerate immediately. That'll be the concentrated Lilikoi nectar that you'll use to mix to make your Lilikoi aid. So basically you'll take your serrated knife is good and just saw, because these are really hard and they can go around the corner of the fruit and cut your hand. So don't cut all the way through, that way it holds the juice. So that I usually like to cut them all on your tray there and then start scooping them out into the food mill. Alright, so you can just scoop some out, break it open, scoop them out, and fill as much as you can until you've got that thing pretty, you really don't want it too far above the steel blade there, but anyway, you'll get the hang of how much to put in there, and then you just start cranking it, and it makes the juice fall down, as you can see. And when you get a lot of it, you go to the straining part. Just got to keep grinding, and then you'll end up with juice that you've strained, and then that gets refrigerated. If you don't have a food mill, this is the old school way. You just keep stirring and pushing the juice down, and it'll work the same way. It's just the food mill's a lot faster. Of course, you want to have your compost bucket handy so you can chop, scoop, and dump. And you can tell there's obviously going to be a lot of Lilikoi seeds in there. So if you don't have a lot of Lilikoi operation going, great opportunity to lay those along a fence line or somewhere you want them to grow. So that's what you want to end up with. This is only about a third of what we're going to process, but this is the pure juice. And when you're making your lily aid, because you can't drink this stuff straight, it's just too powerful, probably use 25% of this pure nectar, the rest water and sugar to taste, like you would make lemonade. So this will make like 5 quarts of Lilikoi. So this is what we ended up with from the big batch you saw out there that I had in the cleaning trough there. So pretty good. That'll end up 5 times as much Lilikoi. So that'll keep us for a while. So about 20% pure lily in a mason jar, 1 quart mason jar. 1/3 of a cup of organic sugar. And gonna fill the jar up with water and shake it up. Okay, so filled up with water and sugar, and now I recommend a wooden spoon to stir with. Metal spoons have sometimes broken the glass, and so with wood you can't go wrong. Just stir it really, really good until it's a nice sweet batch like lemonade, but it's Lilikoi. So there you have it, Lilikoi in its finest. And there's only one thing left for me to tell you to do, and that's to suck it up. Aloha.